So these are the tools that it comes with, and you can put it together with these completely, but I also recommend these extra tools. Knife to cut out everything open, makes it a lot easier. This hammer's for putting the anchors into the ground. This is to get a little more leverage than you get with this little guy. And then for placement, we use a tape measure to make sure it's nice and square to the house. Okay, the first step is to take these two yellow, these are the very top of the swing set, and we're going to assemble them with the strengthening bar and the brackets on the outside, and we'll use these 4 bolts, these curved washers, these nuts, and then these go in as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to sheath it inside of this pole, and then on the outside we'll put these 2 half brackets on there, and we'll connect the whole thing, and that'll keep the middle of it nice and strong. So I would start off by preparing what you're going to need. So you'll need 8 of these curved washers, and put 4 of them on the bolts and face them so the curve is facing the threads. Get 4 of those, and we'll also grab 4 of these right now and have them all ready to go for when we're putting this together. Insert the sheath first, grab the bottom curved bracket here, and then get your already prepped bolt. Put it through the bottom bracket, put it through the sheath, and then that's going to make it really easy because you just throw the top one on there. And as long as we can get this other piece to slide on still, and we can, that's how we should do it. So I'm just going to loosely thread this on here. Then I'm going to slide this one in. And again, because we already put this one in here, although the holes will be lined up, grab another one of these pre-washered bolts. So in a hurry to do it while it was still all apart, I forgot to put the washer on. So make sure we do that. I'll throw the other one on now with the washer, and then I'll take these 2 off, and then I'll have a washer and I'll tighten it all up. Okay, so I did the same thing with these. I got them all ready by putting a washer on them. Have my spare here, and you basically just, there's 4 holes that'll be left after we get this brace on. I already did 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you come through the bottom, bring it up here, you put on the other washer and the nut, and you tighten it up. So when you're tightening it up, I would suggest you take the Allen key and you put it through this, and this is what you hold to grip it so it's straight as you tighten that. All right, there we have it. So these are all on, and basically that completes this step. Now I would just say that we should make sure we're tightening these ones, well, all of them, but these ones very tight, because it seems like no matter how tight you get them, they have a little bit more give. So you'll have to spend some time to make sure you're tightening these guys up. That's where your swings are going to hang. So okay, the next step is to take these 8 identical poles here, and we're basically just going to build out the A-frame. So I'll slide this down. There we go. I mean, it's the same approach. We're just going to stick. I will also say that, see how that happened there? I had my phone sitting next to this when I was doing that, and I cracked my screen. Luckily, I have a screen protector. I think it's okay, but the glass screen protector got shattered by this flopping over. So just make sure you're not leaving your phone next to your work, which is like a good tip for life in general, I guess, but also when you're doing this. Okay, so it's pretty self-explanatory. We've got 8 legs, we've got 8 bolts. I've prepped them all as I did the last one with the washer. We got our nuts there, and luckily I have a deck here, so I can do this side first and then I'll do the other side. And again, we're working down, so we're doing these the first 4, top 4 on each side. Now the instructions as you put these on call for you to go in like this. which is fine. I'm sure that's, you know, I don't think it matters one way or the other, but I'm going to do it actually the opposite way. And that's because where the kids are swinging on the inside of the swing set, this is a nice rounded edge here, and this is going to have a little bit of exposed jaggedness. So I'm actually going to switch this around so the nut is facing outside. Maybe aesthetically it won't look as good, but it will actually not matter at all. All right, I got one done. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Bolt, washer, washer, nut, and I've got the other one sticking in here, and I'm gonna do the same thing, and then I'll do that side with the other two. And there we have it. I've gotten all 4 done. So now we're going to continue downward. We've got 4 legs on. There's 4 more to go here. The next ones have a little bit of a different step though, because there's these support beams. They actually go horizontal instead of at an angle. And again, the way these are instructed to be put together are bolt and the flat washer, which we have right here, and then the brace, and then through the connecting supports at the bottom. But again, I'm going to flip it on its head and go backwards because I want the sharp, or I guess, you know, jagged side of the bolt to be facing outward and the rounded bolt in. So that's how it's going to look. We have our bolt, our curved washer, our brace, our flat washer, and then our nut. Tightened on one side, and we'll just do the other right now. Just got it ready to be assembled, and we'll move on. There we have it. Now we just got to place it where we want and anchor it down. There's these foot covers that you put on the bottom for when used indoors. So if you're setting this up indoors, you use these foot covers. However, I would strongly suggest that you anchor it to the ground and don't use it indoors, because that seems silly to me, but who knows? Who am I to judge? So again, these anchors have a curved top. You feed them through the holes in the bottom of each leg, and then you nail it to the ground so as the users swing back and forth, it doesn't topple one way or the other. I just want to tighten up those bolts. I would suggest go and grab something with a little more leverage than that little wrench they give you, because you're going to want to tighten these up a little bit more. It's hard to get some torque going with that little wrench. So I wouldn't overdo it, but just to give it a nice snug tighten, I would go get something bigger. So when you go to anchor it, you just lift it up, you feed that through there, and you push into the ground as you place it in place. We had some spare swings from a previous set, and you just take these carabiners, put them up here, clip them in like that, and then you hook your swings on those, and you screw those down so they stay screwed in, and that's how you get your swings put on. So there we have it. Overall, not a bad little set for a couple $100. Just make sure you're tightening things up over time. Keep an eye on those bolts. But yeah, it's pretty easy to put together, and you can do it too.